This video review, we're going to take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series number 125 Cobra Dreadnok Gnawgahyde. So this is G.I. Joe Classified Series attempt to kit bash Dreadnok Gnawgahyde. So majority of the items on this action figure are going to be reuse, and this is actually a kit bashed action figure. So if you're familiar with your G.I. Joe Classified Series action figures, you could immediately spot the parts on this action figure. So it's just going to be a new head with a new vest, a new belt, and some of the accessories, but actually majority of the items that you see on board comes already from previous G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. So this is going to be just new. So for $44, you're actually just getting these two things new, plus I think, yeah, this and that, but the rest of the items, especially the action figure neck down, is reuse. Okay, so let's test out the accessories, whether the manufacturing process with the handheld items, the plastic has improved or the design has improved. Okay, so this is right out of packaging. Well, of course, this thing is opening, but I have a separate comment with regards to this one. Okay, so let's start with machete. Right out of packaging, it's warped. Bend test, soft and pliable, so resulting to warpage. Now this thing, out of packaging, warped. Bend test, look at that, soft and pliable. Knives, identical knives that the figure comes with. Let's take a look at the individual blades. It has a nice design, but still soft and pliable, soft and pliable. Rifle, parts disengages to be stored in the rifle case, to be carried on the field, and when he's ready to spot and shoot his target, he's going to assemble his rifle. Okay, so out of packaging, it's warped. Plastic is not so soft and pliable, but there's still bend, so resulting to legitly out of packaging, the rifle is misshapen. Okay, so well, you're going to attach the suppressor and the bipod, but if they have just made a very simple research, this accessory is not needed. If you're going to carry your rifle in the field, it's going to be already assembled this way. The scope is permanently attached. You never dismantle and reassemble your rifle in the field, because you're going to lose your zero. So even after talking about the real thing, when you have your rifle cleaned, of course the gunsmith would need to take apart your rifle. So it's a courtesy that they're going to re-zero your rifle at 100 yards minimum. So yeah, very simple. If they just made the research, this plastic should have been placed to make these other items look nice and make them less bendable, or like gummy material. Okay, so let's take a look at pork belly and yobo. So yobo, zero articulation points. So this is designed to be mounted on top of this guy or on Gnawgahyde's arm, but zero articulation points. So that's the details. Now going to pork belly. Okay, so you have multiple points of articulation on the head, so 2 points, but actually articulation not really so great. Take a look at that. That's it. Okay, so let's take a look at the features of pork belly. Okay, so that tusk is broken, earrings, nose piercing, and the mouth, well, as other reviewers would point out, you have that function, but this copy, with my copy, this thing always falls off. So yeah, just have to push it really hard under there so it's going to stick. Okay, so that was the articulation points on the head. So we have two articulating points, but they really do not do much. So yeah. Okay, so on the body, so how much bend? There you go. And you have on the legs too, and you have bend on the front legs and the paw, but no rocker joint. So same thing with articulation on the leg, the hind legs, I mean. So pinned, but no rocker. The tail just rotates. That's it. Now take a look at the design. So that's one really thin pork belly. If I see this guy in the field, I won't shoot this guy for food. Oh boy. So let's take a look underneath. So wow, so narrow designed. So narrow designed. And actually really does not do anything. But you know that these are the places wherein they would cheapen out on the plastic material that is included. So for example, this one, if they just place the plastic material of this to this guy and really filled out those gapping spaces, this set would have been quite nice and really improved on the handheld weapons and accessories. So this is still a fail. This is once again a fail. Okay, so we eliminated some bling or accessories on the action figure. So presenting a much more simplified Gnawgahyde. So take a look at that. Actually, the action figure looks better. The neckline is more pronounced and the anatomy is more streamlined. So somehow the figure now makes sense. But I still have a gripe with this figure. It's going to be how the scout carried knife is positioned. If they would have just researched and asked somebody who carries this way, This is my preferred way of carrying a fixed blade scout carry, but with the blade positioned this way, so with the sharp edge point downwards. So when I draw my blade for a self-defense position, it's going to be with the blade out and pointed and ready for defense. But this is really an awkward draw for a fixed blade, even for utility purpose. So yeah, even on the left side draw, it's always going to be that way too. And with regards to having a boot knife, that is so much 80s thing. So yeah, that's the easiest way for you to lose your knife in the bush. So after just a few miles, then check out your boot and you're going to be missing a blade. Even if you have a retention system, this kind of carry for a knife just does not work anymore. Dreadnok Gnawgahyde 2.0, this time with the changes that are necessary for the action figure. So actually, less is more. So different rifle, so that comes from Retro Baroness. Different precision revolver, that comes from Copperhead, so with the holster. And we gave this guy a different pair of boots from G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Viper. So just pick the Viper that you wish to take off the boots and place it on Gnawgahyde. There you go. So as evidence that this is going to stay, as you could see, it stays. And we still have articulation, nice and tight. And let's tug at that boot, so with the other pair. So as you could see, you could use this Viper boot with this leg set. So yeah, and we, instead of a right-handed scout carried knife or right hand draw, it's going to be a left hand draw. Blade or the sharp blade down. So that's it. This character, this Dreadnok character, should have been given just as a single figure release without this, without that, which actually is junk. Much needed is just going to be the meat and potatoes of a Dreadnok character, less of the gimmick. And they should have placed all of the added plastic, made use of all this junk to make a sensible figure with good weapons. So that is just my point. So this is an action figure set that is at $44. No good. Better purchased at Ross or Ollie's later on. So action figure set that you could wait till it really drops in price and do the changes that I made to this action figure. Should have come this way. So yeah, just saving you guys $44. So yep, I shelled out my 44 and did a custom version for those of you who would risk purchasing this action figures set. But when you do the customization process or kit busting process, then well, it's going to improve the figure a lot. But just as I said earlier, this set is better purchased at Ollie's or Ross price. So that's it. That is for the review of this Dreadnok Gnawgahyde figure set. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.